Ferris. We can both say in this glorious Sunday morning, victory Sunday for us.
Yes,
I love the
indeedy.
smile. I
Yes,
love the
indeedy.
smile. I
Hey
love
man,
the
this
smile.
hey man, there's one thing I know how to do. I know how to smile, baby. I know how to smile through the pain. I know how to smile through the happiness. You see this? You know, my teeth may not be perfect, but my spirit is.
That's
I'll fi- I'll
great. I love
I'll,
it.
fi- I'll fix my teeth when I have a little bit more money.
Right. All right. Let's get it started. We're gonna get into this right now. Let's go.
Image, your beats are so fire.
What is going on, everybody? Happy Sunday. I hope you're having a wonderful day like me and my main man Ferris right here. We are excited. It is WNBA playoffs. It's Sunday football. It's just a great day of sports. Ferris, how are you doing today? Good afternoon, good morning. I know us, we're on the West Coast, so it's afternoon now, but a lot of people are it's late afternoon. So how are you
Yeah,
doing?
yeah. I'm doing swell, my man. I'm doing great. You know, you know.
I can tell.
I was angry at 9 o'clock in the morning, 9 10 o'clock in the morning, because I was watching my other football team, my world football team, um, play in England, and we were robbed. We were screwed over in a match, and so I was very livid. And I thought, the Browns are going to beat the living snot out of the Giants. It's going to be a bad morning. But guess what, baby? We beat them dogs in that pound. We neutered them.
Yes, you did. You beat the Doo Doo Browns.
Yep.
That's my new name for them, the Doo Doo Browns, because they're the Doo Doo Pound.
They
I can't
can't.
stand
They
them.
can't. They can't have children anymore.
Your girl out here playing like shit. It's okay though. She got me my 8 assists, so we're okay. We are okay. It's okay. We're
Shout out to
good.
Alyssa. Shout out to Alyssa Thomas, her fourth career playoff triple double. By the way.
Yep. Yeah. Triple double. Mabry going out. Apparently, Mabry decided like, yo, in Chicago, I ain't gonna shoot the ball, but in Connecticut, I'm gonna shoot the hell out of the ball. So if you're not watching the WNBA playoffs right now, you missed a beatdown of the Liberty versus the Dream. Connecticut right now is currently beating the Fever. I believe they're up 18 right now. So, but Ferris, we're here to talk some football, and we are gonna start with the New York Giants.
Ah, air it out, young man. Air it out.
New York Giants win 21-15. Daniel Jones, 236 yards, 24 of 34, 2 touchdowns. Devin Singletary, 65 yards on 16 carries, 1 touchdown. And Malik Neighbors, 8 receptions, 78 yards, 2 touchdowns. Ferris, what was the key to you getting your guys' first win, right, of the season?
First one.
Yes, first win of the season. What was the key to getting that first win?
That defensive line. Last week, the past 2 weeks, what I've been saying, this defense has not been showing up. This defensive line, these we paid two of them handsomely, in Brian Burns and Dexter Lawrence. They weren't showing up. They weren't pressuring up. First half, the first quarter, we had 3 sacks, 11 pressures, and then we kept going around. We had over, I believe, 7 sacks in the game. The first time we did that since, I believe, November 27th, 2016, against the Cleveland Browns. So the Cleveland Browns, so we needed them to show up. We needed them to show up. Also, too, man, a great back 3 straight drives of scoring drives, Suge, and 2 drives of at least 80 yards. So one drive was 80 yards and the other drive was 93 yards. We did get bailed out by a Greg Newsome the second roughing the passer penalty on one of those drives because he hit Daniel Jones in the head, and he Salsa Stadium. That threw me off for a minute. I was like, what?
Right?
Yeah, I was like, what?
I was like, why is it a Solstice Stadium? Because it's in Texas?
Yeah. What? So he throws an interception to Ronnie Hickman, and it's an interception. Everyone's like, oh no, Daniel Jones. But there was a flag on the play, and everyone's like, what was the flag? It was roughing the passer. So that saved the drive, and then we end up scoring on that drive. And Malik Neighbors, everyone thought it was going to be a light game for him because he's going to have Denzel Ward on him a lot. And he scored both touchdowns when he wasn't being guarded by Denzel Ward, but that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to take advantage of someone who's lesser than you guarding you, and you win. You know what I mean? And you win. And that's what he did to Martin Emerson Jr. He just ripped the ball on the first touchdown drive. He rips the ball away from Martin Emerson Jr. Just rips it away from him to save that drive. It was a third down conversion. Then he scores a touchdown, a toe tapper, bang bang. It was pretty amazing. So yeah, the defensive line was definitely the key of this game. Definitely this game. Brian Burns had a strip sack. Dexter Lawrence had a sack. Kayvon Thibodeau, Azeez Ojulari had a sack. They both got half a sack twice, so it's one sack. So yeah, it was a damn good game.
Yeah, and a big win for you guys. You didn't really want to go 0-3. Browns. And this is no disrespect to your team, Ferris, but the Browns, if they talked, their fans talked about being a contender, and all these things, and they just,
they lost to the New York Giants.
Yeah, they lost to the New York Giants, and I think that just is a unacceptable. I believe. Let me go back to the stats. My apologies because I had clicked off of it. Deshaun Watson, 21 for 37, 196 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jerome Ford, 10 carries, 37 yards. You had Amari Cooper, seven receptions, 86 yards. He caught both touchdowns. It just looked like the Browns couldn't run the ball at all against you guys.
So that was the key. That was the key right there. So back-to-back week, Suge, over 100 yards rushing. We gave up 111 in the first game to Minnesota, and 215 to Washington the next week. I believe the Broncos only the Browns only had 60 because they couldn't run the ball because they were down, so they started passing, and they let our defensive line pin their ears back, and we pass rushed.
And he don't throw dirt. Yeah, I think from what I saw, Andy Dalton, did he have like 2 touchdowns? He does.
It's
oh my God, Ronnie's just shaking his head. He's just sitting there at his desk, shaking his head like the Red Rocket is back. Shout out to the Red.
I see the problem with this is Bryce Young. He wanted Andy Dalton to fail because he can say, "See, it's not just me," but now it is just you. And I'm a big fan of Bryce Young, but it's not looking good, man. It's not looking good. It's not looking good, man. But I feel like the only QB to look good in a Carolina jersey is Andy Dalton.
Yeah, true.
Sam Darnold, speaking of Carolina quarterbacks, he's balling for Minnesota. Balling. Minnesota's 3-0, I think. So there's that.
They are. And we'll get some other NFL scores later on. Ferris, you got a quick turnaround. You have a Thursday night game this week going against your favorite team, the Cowboys. How can the Giants build off of this win against Cleveland going into that Cowboys game?
See, do what we did to Cleveland's defensive line, right? Cleveland's defensive line, they like to pin their ears back, and they like to rush after the passer, right? And they can't really stop the run. Guess who's worse than them at that? The Dallas Cowboys. They can't stop the run, and it's just a bunch of pass rushers. So we made Cleveland's pass rushers move side to side. We made them move side to side because if you want pass rushers moving downhill, it's bad because you don't think when you're running downhill. It's just running to the ball and hitting someone. But if you're making them move side to side, you got to make the pass rusher think, oh, is this a run play? Is this a pass play? What is this? Because if they over pass rush, you get them. But the problem is Dallas just owns Daniel Jones and they own us. Since Dak Prescott became their starting quarterback, Dak Prescott has never lost to the New York Giants. I think he's lost to the New York Giants once. And that was his rookie year, I think. He hasn't lost to the Dallas Cowboys. I think he's like 18-1. And he's like 18-2 against Philly. The team that's beaten him the most in our division, Caleb, Suge, my bad.
Thank you. Remind me that I'm Mexican. Appreciate it. Go ahead.
Sorry about that. The team that's beaten Dak Prescott the most in our division, the Washington. The Commanders, I think, have beaten him at least 3 or 4 times, while the Giants have only beaten him twice or once, and then the Philly only's beaten him twice. The Commanders have the most victories against Dak Prescott. He owns this division. He's Tom Brady without the Super Bowls. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Tom Brady in that shitty AFC East.
The AL East.
AL East. Actually, that division is not shitty. That's a pretty good division. So yeah, in the AFC East, man, Tom Brady every other year, like it was a guaranteed victory in Buffalo, 2 wins. The Jets were nobodies. He would occasionally lose to Miami in Miami, but overall, he would dominate that division. Just like what Dak Prescott's doing to the NFC East. And we need our defense to show up. We need to pressure him. We need to put him off his perch. And Daniel Jones needs to fight his demons. It's Thursday night. We just won. You're in Cleveland. They're against Baltimore. How badly is Baltimore going to beat them today? Are they going to beat them badly and make them like hurt? Because Thursday night games, crazy stuff happens. We almost beat them on a Thursday night on Thanksgiving. You know? So anything can happen on Thursday nights. Really. Defensive line pressure. So defensive line pressure and make their defensive line move side to side, not north and south, east-west, because we want to tire them out. Also, too, like we said last week, Micah Parsons, great pass rusher, but he's a little small. The Saints washed him out. The Giants needs to wash him out. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's going to be on the job of Jermaine Illuminor, because what the Cowboys do is they run away from Andrew Thomas. Yeah, Michael Parsons has gotten Andrew Thomas once on a sack, but usually they're moving Andrew Thomas and Dexter Lawrence. They're always swapping them, and they kind of sacrifice whoever's on the left side because Andrew Thomas is there. They should dominate the right tackle, and which was Evan Neal for the past 2 years, and they dominated Evan Neal. They dominated him, but this is Jermaine Illuminor now. So Jermaine Illuminor is the key. He needs to stop that from happening, because that's how Dallas always beat us. Just basically spam the right tackle, because Evan Neal, he's not going to do nothing. So Jermaine Illuminor is the key of this game. All right.
Yeah, no problem. Sorry, I'm getting an emergency text about a computer that my girlfriend gave to her niece to use, my old computer, and now they're having issues.
Okay.
Okay, sorry about that. All right. So yeah, so you got a quick turnaround this Thursday, playing the Cowboys. What do you guys think you can pull off an upset?
No.
No, you think it's gonna be a competitive game?
Maybe because of Thursday night, probably just because of that. But I don't know, man. It's Daniel Jones, man. The Cowboys just own him. They just own him, man. They just own him, and we'll see if he bounces back. But I don't see nothing good. I don't see nothing good, man.
Well, enjoy your victory for today. You guys deserved it. You played a hard game, and like you said, it's a Thursday night game. Stranger things have happened, and maybe this is a jumping point for Daniel Jones. So, but we will see. All right, Steelers get the win, 20-10. Ferris against the Chargers. Now we knew Justin Herbert was hurt
His
going into
ankle.
this game, his ankle, and you can tell, but he was able to score a touchdown right away. But then after that, the defense just pinned its ear back and just was going after him. Highsmith had a groin issue, ended up leaving the game, but Herbert stepped in and just mollywopped that side of the offensive line. And at one point, Herbert ended up having to come out. He was limping, and Tyler Heineke took over late in the third. But even then, the Chargers are known for rushing the ball, Ferris. Gus Edwards only 9 yards, and J.K. Dobbins only 44 yards, 15 carries. Uh, Whereas I believe the Chargers were number one in rushing, and J.K. Dobbins was leading the NFL in rushing, I believe. Um, Steelers were able to shut that down, and then Justin Fields decided this was going to be the day, and the offensive coordinator, as he threw 32 times. Ferris, Justin Fields, 32 times, 25 for 32. Great, great
Efficient.
efficiency. 245 yards, one touchdown,
A pick.
and a pick. Which I think the pick was a little. It was a bad throw. It was in traffic that just ended up getting bounced up in the air. Normally doesn't really happen. More of that ball gets batted down into the ground, but it got batted in the air and it was picked off. But he was able to also run for a touchdown. Up until that point, I mean, he played pretty. He played very efficiently, took care of the ball. The line played pretty well. Now Bosa was out, uh, hurt his hip in the first quarter was out. But that defense is still a good defense. Calvin Austin, 4 receptions, 95 yards, one touchdown. George Pickens, five receptions, 57 yards. Pratt Fryermuth, 4 receptions, 33 yards. Uh, it just seems like Phil is starting to gain more and more confidence. And I know you were calling your game, so you probably weren't able to watch. But me watching this game, he's just more confident, taking more command of this offense. Now we still need to be able to run the ball. We did run collectively over for 114 yards, with Najee Harris getting most of that, 18 carries for 70 yards. Hasn't really rushed over 100 yards yet this season, but we took a real big leap as far as passing the ball, especially over the middle, down the field. With Fields, the Steelers are 3-0, and I'm not going to say we're the best 3-0 team, but I think we're the best defensive 3-0 team. Our defense has looked solid. Run defense, pass defense. It's just looked really, really good, and it reminds me of the Steelers of old with
Well,
better corners.
also, Suge, you have to talk about this, right? They were running the ball on Carolina and the Raiders. So they back to back. So like
Chargers, yeah.
the Chargers. They were running the ball on the Raiders and the Carolina Panthers. Rodney and Jay can attest this. The Panthers suck. Okay, you know what I mean? Like they've said it. They've said it. The Raiders are the Raiders. I don't know what the hell they are. They have pass rushers, but I don't think they have run stoppers. Max Crosby is one of the best pass rushers in the game, but you can over pass rush and you could gash them. The Steelers are stout, and also too, people talk about TJ Watt this, TJ Watt that, TJ Watt, whatever. Cam Hayward is still chugging along.
Yes, he is.
That's why it's hard to run the ball on the Steelers, because Cam Hayward says that's one thing you're not going to do. In the middle, he commands the line of scrimmage. Cam Hayward does. Shout out to him. So that's another key of why you guys are very good at stopping the run. That's why they couldn't run the ball. Be like, oh, we can run the ball. Yeah, you can run the ball on Carolina and Vegas. Not, oh my God, I was going to say Oakland. In Vegas. But this ain't Oakland. This ain't this ain't Vegas, and this ain't
Yeah.
Carolina. This is the Steelers, And we're talking about Mike Tomlin, right? Who is a defensive coach. He was a DB coach in Tampa Bay. What are you doing?
No, I was fixing something.
Oh,
Go ahead.
okay.
Keep talking. You're good. You're good.
Yeah, and is the offense there? Could this offense be a little bit more explosive? Absolutely. But this is what you get when your offensive coordinator is Arthur Smith. You know what I mean? So he's kind of, minimal, probably like dumbed it down, smoothed it out. You know what I mean? Speaking of a great offensive game, the Lynx are beating the Phoenix Mercury right now. Point that out.
We're getting to some WNBA because the Fever got mollywopped, which is sad. But and we talked about this last night. If you weren't here about this format, the three game formats, it can end quickly. Okay,
and very very quickly,
very quickly. So it's not good. But yeah, for the Steelers, I mean, again, I don't think we're the best 3-0 team, but when you have a defense that can shut another team down, and granted, I get what you're saying, that it was against Carolina, against the Raiders, but look, name me a team across right now in the NFL, and it doesn't have to be a team the Steelers are playing, but name me a team in the NFL right now where you that runs the ball heavy. There's not a lot of teams that do that. And what the Steelers have lacked in the past is corners that can cover guys. We've always had that issue. And it seems like with the team now, with Joey Porter Jr., Jackson, that we got the trade from the Panthers, we've shored that up. And Joey Porter Jr. has just gotten better as the game's gone on. And so it's not really worried about our defense. It's been the offense. Like, yo, can Fields? Because what was the big thing about when Fields got traded to the Pittsburgh? He was bad in Chicago. He was the Pittsburgh. Yes, the Pittsburgh. He was bad in Chicago. He turned the ball over. He made mistakes. He hasn't been making mistakes. He made one mistake today. He hasn't been making mistakes. He's been efficient. He's had a running game to back him up. And I think he's had support from the coaches and his teammates. Stability. Yeah.
Stability. In Chicago, there is no stability. He had one, like even his years with Ryan Poles and Matt Eberflus. It was like what? It was only 2 years. So stability isn't 2 years. Stability is you're talking about an organization, Suge, that has only had 3 coaches since they started owning the Steelers, the Rooney family. They hired Chuck Noll. Chuck Noll was ass for the first couple years. And instead of firing him, you know what they did? They're like, all right, man, keep doing your job. He's like, okay, I'm building this team. Then when the 70s hit, boom, 4 Super Bowls.
Got some draft picks, got some players in, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Then you got your favorite coach.
Don't even get me started.
Make sure to put Hall of Famer.
And then they hired Bill Cowher twice. Just one as a white guy and one as a black guy. By the way, I want to point that out. Just Bill Cowher twice. Yeah, I said it. Mike Tomlin is Bill Cowher.
No, he's not.
Yeah,
no,
he
he's
is.
not.
Yeah, he is.
Now you're being ridiculous.
Yeah, he is.
Let me tell you. Now you're being ridiculous. Now you're being ridiculous.
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why, Suge. Bill Cowher kept choking in big games, right? Kept losing to big teams. Made a Super Bowl and lost the Super Bowl. Made a Super Bowl and won a Super Bowl. Mike Tomlin. Guess what's Mike Tomlin been doing? He makes big games. He loses to Jacksonville. He gets outplayed by New England. He loses to Jacksonville numerous times. He almost loses to the Jets. He makes a Super Bowl. He wins a Super Bowl. He makes another Super Bowl. He loses a Super Bowl. It's Bill Cowher all over again.
Bill Cowher, and I get into it with fans all the time about this. As good as Bill Cowher was, you got to remember before that last Super Bowl run, he was negative in the playoffs. He also too. How many times has Mike Tomlin had the AFC Championship game at home? Once.
Yeah, once.
How many times? How many times has Bill Cowher has had the AFC Championship game at home?
It was
about
four times.
Four times.
It was 4 times.
Okay, he is not. Mike Tomlin is not Bill Cowher. He's better than Bill Cowher. Sorry to say that, Steelers fans, but
hired Bill
Steelers
Cowher.
Steelers moved to 3-0, and they will go to Indianapolis next week, which is it's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a tough game. There's no doubt about it. That's going to be a tough game as Indianapolis beat the Bears today. Anthony Richardson has been looking really well, throwing for 106. Well, no, not really. He threw two interceptions today. Jonathan Taylor, however, now here we go, Ferris, talking about runs. Jonathan Taylor, 23 carries, 110 yards, 2 touchdowns.
He's back.
This is going to be the Steelers' test. Can we stop this guy from running the ball?
Yeah.
Because Anthony Richardson, as good as he's looked, but Jonathan Taylor is the guy on that team. So this is going to be a good test for the Steelers going into next week. So we'll see what happens. Other scores around the game, around the NFL. Saints. Eagles win by 3 points, beating the Saints on the last. Saquon Barkley, you know him very well, Ferris, scoring the touchdown and the 2-point conversion.
Mm-hmm.
Texans getting absolutely beat down, Ferris, by the Vikings. Sam Darnold, what is going on with Sam Darnold? I mean, it's only 181 yards, but 4 touchdowns. 4 touchdowns, Ferris, from Sam Darnold. My goodness.
Amen.
My goodness.
Kevin O'Connell, Sean McVay tree. The Sean McVay tree is very, very lovely to quarterbacks. That's why I think Atlanta is going to be a little bit better than people think they are, because who's their offensive coordinator? Who's their head coach? Their head coach, Raheem Morris. What was Raheem Morris? Defensive coordinator for the Los Angeles Rams. Who's their offensive coordinator? Zach Robinson, one of the QB coaches for the Los Angeles Rams. There's no such thing as an offensive coordinator in Los Angeles and San Francisco, because the offensive coordinator is Kyle Shanahan and Sean McVay. So your offensive quality control coaches, offensive, run your pass game coordinators or your QB coaches, but you kind of also do the OC install. So now you're an offensive coordinator. And Kevin O'Connell, same scheme. Sam Darnold is being elevated. Sam Darnold is a prime example, Suge, of the famous thing where NFL teams do more harm than good to prospects. They, when a prospect hits, it's usually 90% because the prospect had it and he wanted to hit. You know what I mean? Depending on the coach. But if you have a prospect who wants to hit plus a coach who's really good, you get Sam Darnold. I bet you if Sam Darnold was the QB being drafted out of USC with Kevin O'Connell, it would be a different story. But he was given Adam Gase, who's bad at his job. You know what I mean? And then the biggest key, Suge, Brian Flores. Brian Flores, man. That defense, when we faced them in the playoffs, we faced them actually 2 to 3 weeks prior to the playoffs, where they went on like a 57-yard field goal with Greg Joseph, who's our kicker today. It was just funny. But everyone said the Giants are going to beat them in the playoffs because their defense is horrible. Minnesota's defense was horrible. They get Brian Flores, and he's changed his defense. He's elevated his defense. He's the key. I hope he gets a new head coaching job. I hope. But I don't know, with the lawsuit and Tua's, basically calling him a horrible person. I mean, so we'll see if he does get a head coaching job.
Ferris, real quick, I sent the link to somebody. He is a Browns fan. Welcome in, Matt. No, it's fine. Not Matt Thomas. It's I
was about to laugh in your face.
What's going on,
yeah? What's going on? What is going on with your Panthers? The Red Rocket comes in and just
I mean, all that's
But-
going on is that Bryce Young can't play in the NFL.
Hey man, you know what, man? I love those Cincinnati teams with the Red Rocket. Him and AJ Brown, love them, man. I was always mad that they always. So I think them and the Texans faced in the playoffs like 3 times, and the Texans beat them all 3 times with 3 different quarterbacks, which was kind of crazy. You know what I mean? But like, I was always a big fan of them. Pissing off the Ravens and the Steelers fans in them winning the division. So shout out to Andy Dalton, man. Shout out to you, TCU legend Andy Dalton, Rose Bowl champion Andy Dalton. Go Horned Frogs.
Let's calm down a little bit there.
Horned Frogs.
That's
Horned
fine.
Frogs.
I was always a big fan of Eddie Dalton in college as well, but like it's just that Bryce Young can't play. That's literally all it is. You don't go from whatever they were the last couple of weeks to being able to move the ball and score multiple touchdowns immediately because Andy Dalton's 36-year-old arm is out there. It's just that Bryce can't play.
The Red Rocket. Brian, you got to get your thoughts on your former quarterback, Sam Darnold.
It's unbelievable to me how many people just hop on the narrative and just ride it. Like, because that's all it is. It's oh well, hey, we can kind of pump up this guy a little bit and make fun of Carolina. Doesn't matter if there's any logic to it whatsoever, because there isn't. We're just gonna do it.
And one.
I'm not making fun of Carolina. I'm hoping you guys.
No. A lot of people are. People are talking. Oh, you couldn't pay me enough to play in Carolina. Oh, they're a laughing stock of the league. Blah blah blah. Sam Darnold, his last stint in Carolina, he played 6 games. He had 7 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. He plays fine in stretches. The point is, he's not a long-term quarterback, and he's proven that everywhere he's been, and he's about to prove it in Minnesota.
Well, he's proven us wrong in Minnesota currently.
No, he hasn't.
Yeah, he is.
No, he hasn't. He's played 3 games first. That's my point. He can come in and he's a backup quarterback. He can play all right for a little bit. He's not a long-term quarterback. He hasn't proven that he's a long-term quarterback in Minnesota. He's played 3 games.
Two of his victories. Well, 2 of his victories against the Texans and the Niners, Rodney.
So fucking what? I said he hasn't proven that he's a long-term quarterback for us. He's played 3 games.
That's a good point. All hail the
Hypno. The Texans have not been playing well.
Yeah,
so like that. Bad. So the name doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, man. Especially that defense. I had high hopes for that defense, but no.
Yeah, let's talk about that second year bust CJ Stroud. That's what I'm excited to talk about.
Yes, you want him to fail so bad, Rodney.
I don't want him to fail. I don't want him to fail. I like CJ Stroud a lot. I really like CJ Stroud a lot. I just want people to remember that Bryce Young is forever 1-0 against him.
That's true. He is. He's
never. As long as you keep reminding him, Rodney, nobody will ever forget.
He's never getting that back.
Yeah, it's like when I remind Ravens fans that Lamar's 20-1 against the NFC. Who's that one against? Yeah,
right. It's like no matter what Rocky did, Drago's 1-0 against Apollo Creed. He ain't never getting that back.
Exactly. If he dies, he dies.
So it is what it is.
Nice call.
Oh my god! Nice call back to last night. Broncos beat up on the Bucks, man, and
that surprised me. That surprised me. Not gonna lie to you. Did that surprise anybody? That surprised me.
It's surprising because
Rodney, that didn't surprise you, Rodney.
I picked Tampa Bay to win because I had picked Denver the previous couple of weeks and they let me down. But no, I'm not surprised when a team like Tampa Bay loses. They're not a good team.
I think they are.
And again, despite the narrative, they do not have a good quarterback. So it's never surprising when they lose.
Nah, I think this one kind of surprised me because Denver played like very badly for the first couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And and Tampa Bay looked pretty good because everyone thought they were going to lose to Washington, and they beat the living snot out of Washington.
Yeah, they beat Washington. Congrats,
the Commodores.
Commodores.
Yeah, the Washington Commodores.
You know what? They should change their name to the Commodores.
Everybody used to get excited until the Panthers are up in the fourth quarter.
Jay, don't even get excited then, because I promise you this ain't carrying over to next week.
Well, they also beat the Lions, and people are high on the Lions.
And the Lions have been playing like garbage.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
Okay, what scores did surprise you this week, Rodney? Or the first
this
half?
week?
Yeah, this half.
the Vikings won. The Vikings one kind of surprised me.
I was surprised how badly they beat them.
Yeah.
Like I thought Houston was going to win. I thought they were going to get back on track, but they completely dominated them.
Yeah.
I was also surprised that the Saints were not able to score on Philly at all. Not really surprised by the Packers and Titans. I thought that. I mean, I guess I was surprised by the margin in Green Bay, maybe. And listen, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't surprised by the Giants in Cleveland.
Yeah,
Everybody was surprised.
Everybody was surprised. Were you not watching my stream?
I
was like, I'm gonna be unbiased because we're gonna lose, so let's be unbiased. And then when we were winning, I was like, it's like, screw that, bro. We're being biased as shit right now.
But I'm gonna be honest, the only reason I'm here is to talk about Suge's girl and how she crashed and burned in the playoffs.
Okay.
She
still got my 8 assists. She got my 8 assists.
And it's nothing against Caitlin Clark. You know, I like Caitlin Clark. But all I've seen today is Caitlin Clark fans losing their mind and talking about how the WNBA is a joke because Angel Reese got 1/4 place. MVP.
Hold on. I didn't say that. Don't you come at me. Don't you come at me.
I didn't say you said that. I didn't say you said that. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, Caitlin Clark's argument for MVP is not much more than Angel Reese's argument for MVP would be as well, right? But it's fine for her to finish 4th and get a whole bunch of votes. But when Angel gets one single vote, the league is a joke. And then she went out there and played like shit.
Yeah.
Well, there was something that Ferris talked about last night. And I caught it, and I was worried about it because as soon as I saw it, I go, shit. He talked about Bonner, and he said Bonner would be able to. That was would be a problem for Indiana because of her size, and Bonner locked her up. She couldn't hit a 3. She couldn't do anything, and they were doing what I said last night. I was of her trying to play off the ball, and Bonner just locked her up. Absolutely locked her up.
We're moving on to hoops. I want to talk hoops. We're moving on to hoops.
You can talk hoops. Go ahead.
Okay, all right, cool. So yeah, man, like I said, man, because last year when Brianna Jones tore her ACL, so it moved everybody out of position. Alyssa Thomas played center. DeWanna Bonner played power forward. But now Brianna Jones is back. They move everyone back to their primary positions. Alyssa Thomas at power forward and DeWanna Bonner at small forward. Then there are 2 guards, either Dejanay Carrington or Marina Mabry. By the way, what an absolute disgrace that Dejanay Carrington did not get Most Improved Player of the Year. They have literally forgotten what the meaning of that award is in the WNBA and in the NBA. I'm sorry, I love De'Erica Hamby, big fan. She's not the most improved player of the NBA, in the WNBA. It's Dejanay Carrington. But back to my original point. And then you have the guards: Marina Mabry, Dejanay Carrington, Ty Harris, Veronica Burton. So the guards kind of bounce each other out. But the key was DeWanna Bonner, because you can move those guards and move them and guard Kelsey Mitchell and Lexi Hull. And then you can put the small forward, DeWanna Bonner, on CC. Because that's what happened, man. That's what happened. Because basically DeWanna Bonner is a 2-3-4 hybrid.
Yeah, she's tall. She can shoot from. She can drive the ball. But I was watching the game. Alyssa Thomas, man, she needs to get her shoulders fixed because her shot is ugly. She's like this, and I'm like, oh my god, and she still put up a triple double, Her
fourth playoff triple double. The WNBA has 2. She has 4. She's doubled the WNBA in playoff triple doubles. So shout out to her. By the way, the Minnesota Lynx are currently beating the living shit out of the Phoenix Mercury, 40-25.
Beat downs today in the WNBA.
What did I tell you?
Yeah, you did. You did say that last night. Ronnie, did you catch any of the Steelers game?
A little bit,
yeah. A little bit. Just can I get your thoughts on Justin Fields and how he's looked over the last 3 weeks, especially coming from Chicago?
I think that just in general, it's a commentary on the state of the NFL and coaching in the NFL, because like if you ask anybody who covers the NFL, that they call it an O-line crisis in the league, right? Nobody really has a great O-line. Like, they were talking. I mean, PFF said Baltimore was one of the top O-lines in the league after the first week, and we all know Baltimore's O-line sucks, right? Yep. And then you turn around and you say, hey, we're going to draft these quarterbacks at number, in the first round in the top 10, and then we're going to throw them behind our terrible O-line without any weapons, with our bad coach, and oh my God, look, they suck, right? And then you look at a team like Green Bay, who's done it differently for the past 30 years. They sat Aaron Rodgers for 3 years. He came in and was instantly one of the top quarterbacks in the league. They sat Jordan Love for 3 years. He came in and was instantly one of the better quarterbacks in the league. But nobody else is kind of picking up on that. I was a big fan of Malik Willis coming out of college. I said, he needed to sit at least a year before they even attempted to play him. They threw him out there immediately, and the coach gave up on him after 3-4 weeks or whatever it was. And now, I'm not saying that he's ready to be a full-time starter, but he's playing well the last couple of weeks in Green Bay, right?
I don't know if Rodney saw this. Dalton just threw a third touchdown.
Nice. But that's the thing, right? Because you got these guys, and nobody's excited about Andy Dalton. Like, and no offense to Andy, but nobody's excited to see him out there. But what he is a good, solid NFL quarterback who's been there for, over a decade, and he knows how to play, right? Bryce Young does not know how to play in the NFL. Whether or not he ever gets it, I don't think he has the physical tools. He doesn't look like it at this point. But maybe, if he sits down and gets the mental side going, he can play. But right now, again, he's just not ready to play. But the same thing with Justin Fields. They did not take their time developing him. They threw him to the wolves, and then they said, oh, this kid sucks. Let's get him out of here, right? And you can see that despite the situation in Chicago, he has progressed. He's playing much better. He's playing within himself. And you look over in Chicago, and they have the same issue right now with Caleb Williams. They threw him behind a terrible O-line. Yeah, they have a lot of weapons, but he can't make use of them because they can't protect him. So I think that if they continue to take it slowly with Justin Fields, he can be their quarterback for a long time.
Yeah, and they're going to get the line right now is just riddled with injuries, and they're still doing a decent job protecting them. So if they get, because their center right now looks like he looks like he's the future, Nick Herbert. Nick, I think it's Nick Herbert, or it's one of the brothers. Once our tackle who just went on IR, hurting his knee, so he's probably going to be out. I believe Isaac Samanu, I believe he'll be back. He's hurt right now. Siamalu. Yeah, Siamalu. He'll be back.
I remember him vividly he was the starting guard for the Eagles for 8 years of my horrible life.
Yeah, so he'll be coming back. So that line's going to get stronger. And just watching Justin Fields today, like he's playing with just so much confidence, and he threw a bad pick, which normally that ball is going to get batted down into the ground. But it went up in the air, got intercepted. But you didn't feel like, oh my God, what is he doing? He tried to make a play. He had a great throw to Freiermuth that he just dropped it, where they could have probably got 3 at the end of the half, and had going into the half tied, or possibly even a touchdown. But the throws he's been making, decisive. He's not. He holds the ball a little longer than we like, but he's not. It's not overly, oh my God, what are you doing? Kind of situation. I think he has a lot of the teammates have his back. He has a coach, like Ferris said, a coach that has stability, that believes in him, and he's playing confident, and I love to see it. And Hendo loves to point out, I told you if you start Fields, you will win. Yeah, I agreed with you.
Don't bring up his comments. He has the link,
right? He's been MIA I don't know what's going on with him. He's been MIA. But so Steelers gonna go in there 3-0. Right now, the Ravens are up 14-3 on Dallas. Looks like
it looks so much worse than that too. Like Dallas does not. Dallas does not look like they're competitive at all. I mean, it is still a 14-3 game, but it looks like Baltimore should be beating them worse.
What's Baltimore? Panthers. Everybody took the Raiders 21-7.
Yeah, and I expected them to look like a functional NFL offense with Andy Dalton, but I didn't expect them to win the game. So shout out to
and that's in Vegas, and that's in Vegas too, huh?
I believe so. Yes.
Can we go check and see how many Andy Dalton put some money down on himself? He's like plus three touchdowns today.
Mm-hmm, you know it.
he took the over. We do have a doubleheader tomorrow. Ferris was complaining about that.
It's not. Oh my God. Oh my. Can we stop calling it that? Stop it. Fucking stop it.
You're not using it right either, Ferris. So calm the fuck down.
Right. No, I am using it right. Yeah, it is. A doubleheader is one. Okay, a doubleheader is game starts at 3. Then the second game starts at 7. Doubleheader.
No, that's not what a doubleheader is.
Yes,
no, it's not. A double header. No, shut the fuck up and let me tell you what it is. All right. A double header is 2 games played back to back in the same venue, most often by the same 2 teams. So you're not using it correctly either.
Now we're using the baseball term. Now we're using the baseball term.
No, that's not the baseball term. That is double header. That's what it is.
Yeah. Well, guess what?
Rodney.
I don't like when people try to get semantic and then they're wrong.
No.
Rodney, where's the clip?
Go look it up, Ferris. You're right there on the computer. I did look it up. Go look it up, Ferris.
No, you're probably right, but I'm still right because that's the way we use it nowadays. Well, the meaning is changed.
Now it's just the colloquial usage. He doesn't care what it means anymore. Now it's just how people say it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the term gay. It used to mean one thing, now it means something else.
No, it's always meant one thing.
Well, here we go.
No, it's like because I mean happy. Mm-hmm. Now it's something else.
Yeah, okay. Well, I don't know why you took it there.
I didn't think I was gonna think about the other word.
You want to go with the F word? Oh yeah.
I didn't want to use that.
I didn't want to use that.
I didn't want to use that.
You know why he didn't want to use the other word, the N word, because he would have been like, "Here it comes." It means ignorant. What are you talking about?
Lord.
Oh, real quick.
Right here. Doubleheader is a sporting event that consists of 2 games played in succession, often on the same day. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. In baseball, the doubleheader is when 2 teams are played between the same 2 teams on the same day. Baseball, but we're not talking about baseball. We're talking about football. Do you see? So different meaning for a different sport. So again, put that in your pipe.
Is that what it says?
Well, the overall
is that what it says, or are you just making that shit up?
I'm literally looking up on Google.
Is that
right here on Google.
Right there on Google. Google's
right
not a dictionary, Chris.
What is a doubleheader? Google right here.
Google's not a dictionary, bro.
Well, your face ain't a dictionary either, so we're all set.
It's not.
All right, we're all set. Okay, we're all set. See right here, doubleheader is in the Webster Dictionary. Let's look up the Webster's Dictionary right here. Okay. 2 games or contests or events held consecutively on the same program. Boom. Or a train pulled by 2 locomotives. Which one do you want to know? The train definition or the other definition?
2 performances or 2 events occurring one after the other or within a short time of each other. So look, there's all kinds of definitions for doubleheader, Ferris.
Just accept defeat.
Maybe stop being a dickhead about it.
How about you just accept defeat?
How about that?
Like, I'm wrong.
No. How about you stop being a dickhead because there's multiple definitions of it?
You know what?
I'll send you the one that says it's in the same venue if you want it.
No.
Oh, you don't want it? I thought you were all about being correct.
Because I am correct. I looked up my.
You're correct because you looked up your definition. All right, Trump.
Hey, whoa! What?
I'm sorry you wanted to go with your alternate facts.
That's not an alternate fact. That's a real
Okay,
fact.
no, I just told you I'll send you the definition, and you said no, I don't want it. I looked up my
Okay, then
definition.
fine. Send me the
That's
definition.
that's what you just
Send me
said.
the definition. See, I can change.
Okay,
You know, if I can change, you
that's
can
the funniest
change.
thing I've ever
We all
heard.
can change.
You watched too much Rocky 4 last night.
Wait, time out. You don't think I can change?
I think you can change fast.
All right,
I think
okay,
you can do anything you want to do.
I was about to say. All right, what was the question again?
I don't know.
All right. Well, right now, Panthers are 21-7. Browns won against the Giants won against the Browns, and the Steelers won against the Chargers. Next week, Steelers played Indianapolis Colts. Ferris or Rodney, give me your thoughts on that game. You think the Steelers are going to Steelers Indianapolis?
Before that, Brian Burns finally earned some of his money today. Strip sack, pressure.
A hater.
Who?
You are getting exactly. Brian Burns ain't lie to you. You are getting exactly what he put on film for like 6 years. Well, not 6 years, but you're getting exactly what he told you he was, and you were so happy.
You know, I am happy. No, I am happy. Yeah. Shout out to Brian Burns. You look
Rodney,
good.
Ferris and Rodney, can the Steelers go 4-0?
Yes.
Yeah. Will they?
The Colts are not that good of a team. They're fine.
Neither are the Steelers, though.
Yeah, I know, but
you see how he is? He has to come in here and ruin my day. Like,
no,
we're good defensively. Offensively, we're not good.
I'm sorry, they're not that good of a team.
They're a good team.
I just trust Mike Tomlin over Shane Steichman.
So, but what it's going to come down to, if you get good Richardson or bad Richardson.
Exactly.
It's really what it's going to come down to.
Yeah.
Because you're going to get the guy who throws terrible interceptions, or the guy who threw 2 unbelievable touchdown passes in the first week.
Yeah, to Alec Pierce. Shout out to Alec Pierce.
Damn right.
Yeah. Cincinnati zone, baby. Go Bearcats.
I held on to him for years, and then I flipped him for Brian Thomas.
Junior. Nice.
Love Alec Pierce. It's my guy.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go Steelers. I think they're gonna go because they lose this. Because if the Steelers lose, that is Jonathan Taylor ran all over them. You know what I mean? And I don't think he's gonna run all over them because people assumed that the Chargers were gonna run all over them. So, like I said, Cam Hayward is still there. It's gonna be hard.
J.K. Dobbins looked like he played for the Ravens still.
Yeah.
The Ravens.
That's Edwards too,
sir.
What happened?
The Ravens are scoring points. Okay.
Are they?
Yeah.
Where they at right now?
They scored no touchdown.
Not yet. They're on their way, but they've also got 83 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns so far in the first half.
So by Derrick Henry?
Lamar and Derrick.
Derrick he's 9 for 24 with 1 touchdown.
Let's go.
But
I think the Steelers win. I think the Steelers win. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think it's more likely than not that the Steelers win. The Colts are not on track. And we all knew that Anthony Richardson was going to take a long time to really develop into a consistent starting quarterback. You can see that he has the ability, but he's just not there with the consistency at this point. Justin finally is. It looks like. He's playing very smart, and he still has obviously all the physical tools that he had in Chicago. So it's a good. They're in a good place with him. If they can protect him more, and if they could get anything at all out of their run game, anything at all, they'd be able to put up some points, and they'd be a much more formidable team. But playing the Colts, I think they're good enough.
Yeah, man.
And then.
So here's the crazy stat by Anthony Richardson is post high school, he has 23 or 24 starts. Post high school, because
only Ferris would know that.
I don't because I think that's why Dan Mullen was fired, because he rode Emory Jones Jr. to the end, and then he had 1 year with Anthony Richardson, then he was fired. When everyone kept saying, put Anthony Richardson in the game, put him in the game. And Dan Mullen wouldn't listen. And now Dan Mullen is unemployed and is out here retweeting stuff, shading his former college programs, which is weird to see, because I don't know why he's shading Mississippi State. He left Mississippi State. Mississippi State didn't fire him. Like, what did they do to you?
And Derrick Henry just fumbled.
Yeah. Oh my God! Someone shoot me in the face.
Do you have Derrick Henry in one of your leagues? Or?
Yes, I do.
Why?
I shouldn't have drafted him. But
Wait,
he was right
okay,
there.
but I guess Baltimore recovered it.
Okay, good. But yeah, that's what. Not a fumble by RougPod.
Sideline.
Yeah. But yeah, man, it's gonna be, it's Anthony Richardson's Jekyll and Hyde. We don't know who's gonna show up yet.
Yeah, for now. Oh, Sam Laporta got hurt on the last play, and he's being carted to the locker room.
Oh no! Wait.
That's not great.
Okay, I'm not trying to be a dick or anything, but I had him under 4.5 receptions.
God
and he has
damn
2.
You are a terrible. This is you have the nerve to come to the Discord and ask me why it was karma that your lineman out.
I'm not laughing.
You are laughing right now as you say
no, that. I'm laughing at Ferris and how he tried to think a doubleheader.
No, you're laughing that you got your bet because somebody got seriously injured.
No.
Because you're a degenerate just like the rest of them.
Wow. Who's the rest of them?
Not the guys in our Discord, but like the other sports.
Not the guys in our Discord.
The guys in our Discord are responsible bettors, are good people. They just like to have fun with it.
Only Raven Ron. The other ones, outside of Raven Ron, they're all degenerates.
That's true. I'm not even gonna lie. That's
shout
true.
Shout to Raven Ron. I haven't seen Raven Ron in a minute.
Raven Ron doesn't come in here. He's probably having a heart attack right now because he doesn't.
What?
He hates the Steelers.
Wow. Oh,
he does.
Hey, how did Jahmyr Gibbs get 20 yards receiving and a receiving touchdown with 0 targets and 0 catches?
How did that happen?
No idea.
That's what I asked you. Was it? Did he recover a fumble in the end zone or something?
Has to be, right?
I hate when they do like.
But isn't that don't they make that a rush then? Unless it was a pass play.
It looks like they just didn't update the targets. It says Jahmyr Gibbs pass from Jared Goff for 20 yards.
Okay, got it. I was about to be like, what the fuck?
RougPod on it, not a fumble.
RougPod.
Once again, stop bringing up his comments. He has the link. If he has something to say, he can.
By the way, Mr. RougPod, I hear there's the groundswell of support that wants to bring back Hanging with Hendo. The people have been asking for it. You should bring it back.
You know what's crazy? I've been hearing the exact same thing about the surveys that you guys put out and bringing back the highlights with Suge and Ferris.
I have to recheck those surveys.
Been hearing the exact same thing.
Yeah, hold up. To be honest with you, Ferris has actually been doing a lot of work with me.
I know,
and he has been here. He's been here Sundays, hanging out with me. Bateman, did they score again? Oh yeah, they scored again.
Don't put him in the same category as Quentin Johnston. Don't do that.
So technically, you are getting the highlights on Sundays sometimes with Ferris.
That's right. Every week, Suge and Ferris on Sunday. You heard it here first.
You love how they volunteer us to do stuff, Ferris. Yeah, and then when we want them to,
and then when we want them to do stuff, they don't do it.
What? Yeah. When, Ferris? Oh, I'm sorry. When?
I was talking about Hendo, not you.
When?
Did I say you? I said Hendo. Hendo.
Real quick. Hey, that was real quick.
I'm sorry, Ferris. Is Hendo not doing? Did Hendo not just do your show?
I'm talking about Hanging with Hendo. We want Hanging with Hendo back.
Ungrateful as shit.
Look at your face is ungrateful. Look at that.
I'm ungrateful because I'm looking at you.
You know what? Look at you. Your mustache. I see a little twirl like an evil man. You see that? Just twirl it. Yeah. Swashbuckling Captain Hook.
I'll take swashbuckler. I'll take that every day.
That was a compliment. Shit. God damn it.
I swear I was just on Good Friends, Better Rivals.
I know. But I want Hanging with Hendo.
Remember, Ferris, you remember when we were having that conversation last night and we were talking about being mindful of the way that you communicate things?
Oh, yeah, good point.
Yeah.
All right, man. All right, man. All right. Okay. All right. This is where I draw the line. This is where I draw the line. Okay? I'm okay with y'all. I'm okay with people calling me Stephen A. Ferris. I'm okay with people calling me, loudmouth
What about,
McGee. But that's
what
where I
about,
draw the line.
what about Donnie Mathana?
You mean Don K. Muthana?
I mean, Donnie F. Mathana.
I'm cool with that.
You're trying to bring back slavery. The Cowboys get blown out again. Jesus Christ.
What is wrong with him? What happened? I know what. Okay, I actually know what happened to this man. I don't want to point it out, but this man has gotten real, like dark.
Oh, I'm sorry. Like Jerry Jones, not a known racist.
Okay. Well, that's also.
Wait. What do you mean? What do you mean by dark, Ferris?
Okay,
What
that's
do
not
you
what I
mean
meant.
by dark Ferris?
Yeah, what do you mean? What do you mean by dark, Ferris? Ferris, hold on, Ferris. Do we have to bring this up again? Do we have to bring this up again?
No. You know what? I'm not doing this.
Man, I saw Jay in the chat. He said, "Here come the blacks."
But entertainers for you, John, to laugh.
You guys are you guys call me monsters, man. You guys are worse.
Oh my god, it's been great. All right, we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna go finish enjoying these games. Finish watching the Panthers.
Rodney, do you remember when you told me how to be mindful of the way you communicate to people?
Yes, sir.
Ferris, you have the burning urge to ignore all the dark people.
Why do you bring up that comment? Why did you bring that up?
Because I'm a man of the people.
No,
I
you're
do what
not.
the people
I know with that thin blue line shirt on.
It's not. It's a Steelers. No thin blue line. It's gold.
We told him that shit all day yesterday, and he's like, "I'm gonna wear it again."
It's the first shirt I get.
Do you have more than one?
No, this is the same shirt. I woke up and just put it back on. Took it off as soon as we got off camera last night.
I put on a suit and a tie. You put on the same shit. You know what, man?
You lucky I didn't wear a tank top. Okay, it's starting to get cold in Cali now, so now I have to wear a shirt. Normally, I just wear a tank top.
I didn't need to see the chest meat, homie.
A lot of people. Hey, you were asking me last night how I got them all.
Okay, all right.
That chest meat. That good old chest meat just bringing everybody to the house. All right, we're gonna get out of here.
Really sorry that I logged on here.
We're gonna get out of here. Ferris, let the people know where they can find you and all your great content.
Let's Get Ready Network. The highlights every Friday, 3 o'clock Pacific, where we talk NFC East. One of us will be happy at least this week. Special show at 5 o'clock. Me, Jose, and Caleb will be breaking down the episodes. I thought I invited Brodney, but apparently I didn't. I apologize, Brodney. But I'm gonna give Brodney the Friday night off because he needs a day off.
He's gonna give you the Friday night off.
He's always on stream, so let's give him a day off.
Appreciate you.
And then actually this Thursday I'll be doing another play-by-play for the New York Giants there against the Dallas Cowboys. So you'll see me.
It must win for the Cowboys.
Yes, it will be because I believe they'll be 1-3.
Yeah.
1-2.
1-2.
1-2. Yes. So it's a get right game for both teams, I guess.
Hey, but their kicker made a 65-yarder today.
Shout out to Brandon Aubrey, former MLS #1 overall pick of the Toronto FC.
Kind of sucked at soccer.
Kind of, yeah. Because he found out something. You got to be good at soccer. You got to be more than just kicking the ball very far. Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Shout out to the soccer players. Brodney, let the people know where they can find you and all your great content.
Probably on lunch break hot take.
Probably.
We'll be there after the Ravens finish this beat down in Dallas. Do a little recap real quick.
Well, don't let them lose.
I don't care if they lose.
I know you don't care. I know you don't care.
Are we signing up?
What do you guys say, Ferris?
I wasn't done yet.
My apologies, Brodney.
I'm sorry. We do the LBHT show every Wednesday evening at 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time, followed up by the overtime show for patrons You can find me over on Sip to Tally Films on Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern for the Ravens Roundup, and you can find me on Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern, along with Hendo and Sugarton for the Steel Conspiracy.
You stream too much.
I do stream too much. I think I'm going to drop that Tuesday show because it's a Steeler Raven podcast. Not sure how I'm on there.
Well, we talk Panthers also, and
It's not in the name.
Have a lot, and we will have a lot of
conspiracy.
Okay, well, we can just change it then.
How are you going to change it? The name is perfect.
It actually is. Whoever gave me that name is amazing.
You know what? Ferris going to jump in on Tuesday evenings, 6 p.m. Eastern time. Don't care. And
unlike you, Brodney, I say no to stuff that doesn't involve my team. Like, why are you on a show called the Ravens Roundup and you're not a Ravens fan?
Why are you on Lunch Break Hot Take every week?
You talk more than just Panthers, Ravens. You also talk basketball as well and other stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I find you don't want me to be on anymore. I'm fine.
No, I don't.
Okay, fine. Fine with me.
And you can find me here, Suge Knight 323 on YouTube, TikTok, and Twitter, and Suge Knight 1323 on Twitch. I will get back to streaming on Twitch. I just haven't lately. So come hang out.
Are you gonna stream NCAA football on Twitch?
You know, first you go. You know it yourself, okay? You're cheating ass.
I didn't know that we were censoring ourselves on here. Yeah, you do.
Yeah, Raven. You know what? All you guys are a bunch of liars. Like y'all talk Ravens as much as
you talk more Ravens than anybody.
No, I haven't talked Ravens all day. I'll tell you.
We've talked about it just in the last 20 minutes.
We literally talked about we talked about the Cowboys and the Ravens.
I didn't. You guys did. Hope Caleb is feeling good right now. Can you please make sure the Cowboys come back and win this game? Appreciate it.
He's probably drinking his sorrows away.
Well, he expected a loss, right? He should be fine.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, you're right. He did. He picked them to lose. Yeah, that's true.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, he did. He picked them to lose. Yeah, I forgot about that.
All right, we're gonna get out of here. Appreciate everybody. Make sure to follow everybody. Everybody's links are down below. Appreciate you guys coming and hanging out. Jay, the RougPod. Appreciate everybody else. You'll be on Fortnite show. I see. Hey, I invite you to play all the time, and you never come to play. Like I invite you all the time.
But do you invite him at like 3:47 a.m. Central Time?
No,
like,
that's
when
Jay. Yeah, you did. But Jay, also, I sent you the StreamYard link if you want to come hang out.
That's when
5:11 and 57.
That's a lie.
Yeah,
that's a lie.
That's when Jay's free at 3:00 in the morning.
I see him playing, and he be doing. You know, they have on Fortnite they have Guitar Hero basically.
I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a call while you do this.
Yeah,
I know. You guys are disrespectful. Everybody have a great day. Happy Sunday. Victory Monday for us right here. All three of us are gonna have a Victory Monday. It's gonna be great. Hopefully the Ravens don't.
He's not actually calling somebody, is he?
Probably is. Probably talking to Hendo. Hating Hendo.
End the stream, dog. End the stream.